President, and we are here for the annual meeting to review the progress of Singapore. So I have a few questions to ask you. How has the BOP changed over the past few years?
From 2006 to 2012, the BOP is in surplus as the overall balance is positive. However, the surplus is increasing over the years from 27,000 in 2006 to 32,000 in 2012. Also, 2010 has the highest BOP surplus, which is 57,000.
I see, that's a very good progress so far. What about the trend of the current account?
Well, the current account is increasing from 57,000 in 2006 to 64,000 in 2012. The reason is that the value of visible export exceeds the value of visible imports, thus creating a trade surplus, while the imported service is almost equal to the export service.
I see, that's very good too. What about, can you explain the trend of the capital account?
The capital account shows a decreasing trend from negative 28,527 in 2006 to negative 35,586 in 2012. This is because the foreign direct investment increases over the years. Asia and South Central America's direct investment decreases, and Singapore's investment abroad increases by 4.5% from 2010 to 2011. However, the decrease in portfolio investment is much greater than the increase in foreign direct investment.
I see. How does the exchange rate affect Singapore's BOP then?
The appreciation of the Singapore dollar may lead to the deficit of BOP. The Singapore dollar appreciates in terms of the US dollar, making exported goods much dearer and imported goods much cheaper. Hence, the export expenditure would decrease while the import expenditure increases. This results in the exports being lesser than the imports, resulting in a trade deficit. Hence, with a decrease in the visible trade, current account would decrease, hence making the BOP value decrease too.
I see, that's very good progress Singapore has made. I hope to see you next year with better results. Thank you. And we're here to do the annual review. I'm here to ask you a few questions. So let's start. How has the BOP changed over the past 2 years in the US?
The BOP has decreased.
Okay, what about the current account?
Decrease.
Then the capital account?
Increase.
How has the exchange rate affect US's BOP then?
The exchange rate has decreased. This has caused capital outflows and the current account deficit because foreigners are pulling out their funds.
Okay. So, what's the forecast for the BOP for 2014?
You answer this.
Okay. We will be expecting an increasing deficit from 94.8 billion USD to 107 billion USD in 2014, based on our calculation. The main reason is because of a much larger increase in import than the increase in export. Firstly, US have been the key importer of industrial supplies, about 32% of the total import, to enhance their infrastructure to attract investments. Secondly, US imports industrial supplies such as capital goods, as they are also the key exporter of higher-end industrial goods that stand a total of 34%. Thirdly, US import large quantities of consumer goods. Since US import much more than they export with an increasing trend, a trade deficit will definitely widen and cause an increasing deficit in the current account in 2014.
Then what about the forecast for the capital account in 2014?
The foreign direct investment are expected to rise from 9.98 billion in 2013 to 17.4 billion in 2014. Firstly, the US tax system has low tax charges, allowing foreigners to reap maximum profit in US. Secondly, the US consumer market is large and diversified, where Americans have increasing purchasing power. This means that there will definitely be a potentially high turnover. The portfolio investments are going to increase as US stock market annual appreciation are over 15%, higher than all Western industrial countries and only second behind Japan. Therefore, such high return will attract many investors from all over the world to US. An increasing FDI, portfolio investment, and liquid funds will then result in an increase in the surplus of the capital account in 2014.
Do you think that the exchange rate of the US will decrease?
Most likely, yes. The US government raised its debt ceiling on October 2013 to 16.699 trillion, a debt ceiling crisis that caused a temporary government shutdown and almost triggered a default. Since debt ceiling was raised, so will government borrowing from the abroad. Borrowing will then increase the supply of foreign currency while increasing the demand for the domestic currency, and thus causing the external value of the currency to rise initially. However, assuming that the rate at which the government is servicing their debt is high and lowering the external value more than the initial rise, the net change will be a fall in the exchange rate.
That's very impressive. So I'll see you for the next meeting and I hope to hear better results. Thank you.